Hey, this is how to tap into and improve your intuition, or strengthen your intuition, not really improve because you don't really need to improve it. But this is how to tap into and follow your intuition. And how to, sorry, I'm a bit out of breath, I've just climbed up this hill. Not sure if you can really tell, doesn't look that steep, but it was steep. Anyway. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start writing down your ideas when you get them, rather than thinking, oh, I'll wait until I get home and then I'll do that, or I will wait until I see someone and then I'll talk to them about that. You'll want to start trying to do it immediately. Start trying to really, whenever you have an idea, whenever you have a thought, write it down or speak to the person about it right there and then, because otherwise you will probably forget about it, and also you will potentially doubt yourself and you will think more into it, and then you will be out of touch with your intuition. So, second of all, you're going to want to find out what you're passionate about and do things that make you feel happy. Do things that make you feel nice. Do things for you, not for anybody else. Do things because they make you smile, and do things for the benefit of yourself. Don't do things because it's going to make other people happy or make other people think something of you, because we're only living for ourselves. Someone who you're trying to live for or do something for may not even notice you in 2 years' time, or may not even notice you even right now. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you might be living your life for somebody who's living their life for themselves. So when you start living for yourself, you will be able to actually look after other people better, because you're not going to be worrying about what they think of you. You're not going to be worrying if you're good enough for them. You're going to know that you are good enough for them, so you'll be able to provide support for them if they need any support from you. You'll be a better friend because you're stable and balanced in yourself. The third thing you're going to want to do is not to listen to critics. That includes yourself. Your own inner critic is your worst critic. But the thing is other people can only act out of how healed they are at that current time. People may criticize you and be unkind to you and be nasty to you, but that's only because they need healing and they aren't sure of how to receive that healing, and they are jealous because they see that you are a certain way that they are either would like to be themselves, or that they've been told is not acceptable to be. So they think it's not acceptable for anyone else to be that way either. The fourth thing you're going to want to do is making sure that you're grounding yourself and looking after yourself properly, because if you're not grounded, you're not going to be able to use your intuition and think properly, think clearly and think straight, because you're going to be too busy trying to ground yourself, so you're not going to be able to tap into your intuition. And also, you really want to listen to your solar plexus, to your gut instincts. I'll do a separate video on I'll link that down below, on how to follow your gut instincts. But you're going to want to listen to your gut instincts, because really, if you're not listening to your gut instincts, then your intuition's not going to work either. That's why it's important to balance your lower chakras before your higher chakras. Your gut instinct is actually related to your intuition. Well, all of your chakras are actually really closely related if you think about it, and if you go through them, they've all got a lot of connection with each other, but particularly your gut instincts are very related to your intuition, because so when you get that sick feeling and your gut instinct is telling you not to do something, that's also because your intuition is telling you not to do that same thing also, and you have to listen to your intuition in order to follow your gut instincts. So some people may just think, oh, I'm just being really sick. I've had people come to me saying I've been really, really sick, and I myself, when I was pregnant, was being very, very sick, and I didn't realize that it was because of the stresses that I had in my life at that current time. And then step number 5 is you're going to want to do shadow work. So you're going to want to find out what you have suppressed, what you have been telling yourself isn't acceptable to think, what you're telling yourself isn't acceptable to believe, what you're telling yourself isn't acceptable to do, because you'll find that's probably one of the biggest reasons why your intuition is blocked, because you may think, oh, that person could not be thinking that about me because they're so sweet and so lovely, or that person could not be thinking that thing about me because they're so evil and unkind. However, that's your limiting perceptions, that's your limiting beliefs. So say if you're not kind to teenagers, for example, because you believe that all teenagers are going to be unkind to you and take the mick out of you because you've had a bad experience with teenagers in the past. Well, just because you've had a bad experience with one teenager doesn't mean that all teenagers are going to be bad. And so if you have that limiting perception, you will be unkind to teenagers yourself, and then you will miss out potentially, well, obviously you don't want to have a friendship, but say if they're your family members, you'll miss out an important relationship with your family members. And my sixth and final point is you're going to want to get rid of your limiting beliefs. So when you identify what those are through doing shadow work, you're going to want to just literally try and strip them away through whatever means possible. So say you have the limiting belief that you cannot wear a swimming costume in public because you think that you're too fat. Go out in public and wear that swimming costume, and you will find that nobody looks at you, nobody stares at you, nobody thinks you're weird, and even if they do, you'll be so happy in yourself that you actually done something that you were so afraid of that you won't even care. And who gives a toss? Because if anybody does judge you, then that's, as I've already previously said, that's on them. That's not you. If somebody thinks you're overweight, then that's on them. It's not on you. If you want to eat more and not work out, good, you go, you're a queen or a king, you go. But that's their fault if they're jealous of you. A lot of people will actually be jealous of people who are overweight, believe it or not, because it's a limiting belief that you're not supposed to be overweight. And then a lot of people are jealous because they think, how come they look that good when they're overweight, or how come they can eat all that food, and so they get jealous of other people. So yeah, with that being said, just let go and just try and be free as possible, because that really is the art to trusting your intuition. You've got to really trust yourself, and if you've got loads of other people telling you that you're not going to be a certain way, or you're never going to be happy, or you're never going to find a partner, or you're never going to have success, or you're not good enough, then you will start to believe those things yourself. You become the 5 main people that you hang around with, so make sure that those 5 people are positive. With that being said, I'm going to finish today's video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh, and I forgot to say, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe and comment. Bye.